I'm here with John Pruitt, John Milton Pruitt, the author of Tales of the Tide. John, you were telling me earlier that this is your happy place.
Well, this is the place, when I'm here, I don't think about being anywhere else. And thank you for mentioning the Milton part. That was my mother's father's first name, so he was quite a man and quite an outdoorsman as well.
Tell me about some of the special memories you might have in some of these places, some of the places that are in Tales of the Tide.
Oh gosh, kind of hard to narrow it down. A lot of them have been right here on this dock. I remember my 40th birthday party, which was several years ago. Had all of my best friends out here, and my daughter, who at that point was, I guess, 7. She walked right up that dock, down that dock, and out on the floating part of the dock, and threw a cast net, the most beautiful cast net, right in front of all my friends, and I could not have been more proud of her. And they were amazed that a 7-year-old girl could throw a cast net like that. Most of those guys couldn't do it. So just so many memories. They sound, simple, but so many memories like that really out here on the water I'll never forget.
What are some other gorgeous spots that you've explored throughout your life?
Oh gosh, I've been to most places between the Chesapeake and Savannah. And that's just the beauty of the Mid-Atlantic and Southeastern coast. There's one hamlet after the next, from Ocracoke Island, on the Outer Banks, to Tybee Island in Georgia, McClellanville, where Hurricane Hugo hit, is an amazing fishing village. Murrells Inlet, this is my favorite, where we are right now. But there are dozens of places, some that are more popular than others, but full of people that live off the water and love this as much as we do. I would encourage people to, do what I've done and my family's done, is just sort of get in the car and visit as many of them as you can.
As a photographer, coming out here in a kayak, it seems like around every bend there's something new to see. There's every single hour of the day there's something different that you can get, and that's the beauty of this ever-changing marsh, especially for someone like me who just has to have a camera in his hand the whole time.
Oh yeah,
it's a great spot to be.
Yeah, and it is ever-changing. I mean, one of the things I love about the salt marsh is that it is a different color every day. Just the change in the wind, the change in the weather, the change of the seasons. I mean, that grass, that Spartina grass, is just a different shade of beautiful every time you look at it. And I don't think there's been a day that I've been out on the water where I didn't see something that I'd never seen before. And that's what I love about it. It gives you a gift every time you're out in it.
Tell me a little bit more about Tales of the Tide and what the audience can expect out of the book.
Well, I guess some would call it a coffee table book. I don't really know what to call it, but there's mostly short stories about my experiences from Maryland to Savannah, or Maryland to the Low Country. Stories about old watermen, interesting stories about those that have lived their entire lives, within sight of places like this. Recipes. There is some how-to in the book. How to throw a cast net, how to tie certain knots, how to get yourself out of trouble, because there's certainly, there's trouble to be had out there in the marsh. There are some dangers and some tricks. So it really gives you the total experience, from story to art to video, where hopefully those that read the book and launch the video, through the QR code or the YouTube address, feel like they're almost here. Feel like they can almost see it and smell it and feel it and taste it. That would be a success if that happened.
I can say I've certainly never read a book like it, and to be able to read these stories, to be able to also view beautiful local artwork by a well-known local artist, and then to also get a glimpse into these videos to see in action, you know, the little bits and pieces of these stories that you're reading about. It's pretty spectacular. I know that the audience is really going to enjoy it.
Regardless of how many books are sold and how many people have read it, it's already been a success for me, because it has, again, it's allowed me to, even though I spend most of my time in Atlanta now, it's allowed me to feel like I'm more connected to this place, and for that I'm grateful.
I'm sure at the end of the day you'll still be out there on the dock casting some lures out.
Look at there. Now, if that's not an example, look at that beautiful bird. I will. If I'm here, I'm usually out here. So, yeah, I usually count the days till when I cross that Causeway Bridge again, so that I can spend more time out here. Read the book, enjoy the book, and I hope that they will come here, or come to a place like this. There are so many of them. Again, my experience has been between the Chesapeake Bay and the Low Country, but basically anything coastal to me is fascinating. Any place coastal, and if it just makes that crab taste a little sweeter, or makes that picture seem a little more important, or brings you a little closer to a family member or friend, then this place has done its job.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure working on this project, and it's changed my view of things a little bit. It gives me a greater appreciation of this place. It seems like every time you come out here, you fall a little more in love with it, and in love with the wildlife and everything about it. So it's been great, and yeah, we're just excited to share this with so many people out there.
Well, we are too, and you've been a big part of it, Marsh. The video stories are what makes this book truly different. I don't think there's, to my knowledge, a book out there like this that has that sequence of stories and art and video, and it would not have been possible without you and my good friend Bruce. Her art has been amazing. So it's been a team effort, and you've been a big part of the team.
Thanks for taking us fishing today. It was a great day. Thank all of y'all for watching. Please check out Tales of the Tide. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're going to be releasing cool clips along the way until the release in early April. So if you're interested in seeing a live trout being caught, or maybe a clam bake, just follow us on Facebook. That's Tales of the Tide, and we really look forward to the book release and just sharing more with you.